Good morning, everyone. A very good morning. Shall we begin the session? Today's topic is advanced agent. That is a link to implement an example of the agent. So, in addition to collecting the news information from more than one sources, so we are using the agent 2, that is known as the advanced agent, that contain topics specified by the user in the form of keywords, and each time a news page is retrieved from the news source, the agent reads through the page to see if it contains any of the topics requested by the subscribers, and if so, it emails a copy of the news to the lucky subscriber. That depends on the subscriber to subscriber how it sustains, how it develops for the new pages that contains the topics. So every time it is requested by the subscribers. Now I request this agent sends a subscription form to a user asking about his or her name, email address, topic, and source of the interest, as well as the time interval for the wanted services. And by submitting the form, that subscription is recorded by the agent, the service will start, and in this example, only a single topic per request is possible, but servicing more complex requests is also quite possible. And the application example demonstrated two news sources, CNN and the Washington Post, are copied every time, and every time it is declared with the scan for the keywords provided by the agent. It is retrieved by the news source. It is retrieved by the topic that is specified as an agent. Now, each time a hit is detected, the agent sends the subscriber who provided the keyword email with a copy of the relevant news page attached. This is the client, then scheduler, subscription, discharger, parser, retriever. News source and the news source. There are two sites. One is the client, one is the news source, one is the scheduler, one is the subscription. There is a parser that agrees among the discharger and the retriever. So this gives an overview of the application that will provide or that consists into the 5 logical parts: scheduler, news retrieval, subscription service, parcel, and the discharger. That will be following in the news sources and the frequency that must be specified. So we focus on the scheduling and assume that there are two news resources. One is the CNN, one is the Washington, that are already selected. And the scheduling is similar to the one we described for the simpler agent one above, and it is implemented by the following form template. So this is the schedule form.cfm. This is the H2, font color is blue. Scheduling or deleting the news collection. Then the font will be closed, H2 will be closed. After that, there is a CF loop. Index is I from 1 to 2. This starts with the 1 and returning with the 2. Then P, A, that is the scheduling data collection from the source. Then form action is the schedule.cfm, method is post. Then P start date, MMDDYY. Input type is text, name is the start date. Then again the next is start type, HHMM, AM, PM. Type, again there is a text box, name is the start type. One is the start date, one is the start time. Then update interval, again it is available within the seconds. There is a text box, name is the interval, then the P will be closed. Then end date, type is text, name is end date, P will be closed. Again input type, that is text, name is the end time. Then timeout for request, that is given again with the text box. What is the name of the text box? That is the timeout. The input type is submit, value is schedule. Then form will be closed, CF loop will be closed, and there is a P, AHREF, delete 2.cfm, then stop, A will be closed, and the news collection from both the sources. So this will be available within the form, within the tag that is used, available that is used for the AHREF. So next is the schedule.form.cfm that makes the control onto the schedule.cfm that is identical with the template discussed in connection with the simpler agent. And by this agent can be scheduled by means of the CFMX technique. Subscription, whatever the subscription we are following up, whatever the rate we are following up, that subscription can be taken care by means of the very simple form that is illustrated over here in this form. Scheduling the service, specify the scheduling date or data, that is the end date and the time may be left blank. So start date, there is the MMTDYY format, start time HHMMSS format, then update interval in the second that is given with the checkbox, end date that is MMDDYY. Again there is the end time HHMMSS. This is not mandatory field that may be left blank. Then timeout for the request. Then click on the schedule button. So these are the 5 or 4 or 6 or we can say the text boxes that schedule the service. So this is the agent scheduling form that to be implemented by the service.cfm template. So this is the service.cfm, then form agent is the register.cfm, method is post, then table contains the tr, td, your name, td will be closed, then td input name is n name, type is the text, then td will be closed and the tr will be closed. Next tr, td, your email address, again there is a td will be closed, then td input name is email, type is the text, again td will be closed and tr will be closed. There are 2 rows that is created with the your name and your email address. The topic in which you are interested with the td, input name is topic, that is the type is text. Then in the next tr, there is a td, source for the service. Again td will be closed or point closed. So these are used for making the break, for making the table, that is used for making the tr, td and so on. So this is used for the Washington Post. TD will be closed, then input name is given as a source, type is a radio, value is 1, BR for the break. Then TR, TD, CMN. Next part is the CMN. Input name is source, type is the radio button, value is 2. Then there's the Washington Post and CNN. Name is given as a source and the type is given as a radio, value is 3. BR, TD will be closed and the DR will be closed. Next year, next TD, do you want the number of days you want the service? Then TD input days name is days, type is text, TRTD that will be given as a submit, value is submit, then the TR will be closed, table will be closed and the form will be closed. So this form indicates the similarity with the research work or search system in which only one keyword is permitted in the search. And any improvement of the form would be used to permit the multiple topic keywords and topics where the structure into the complex request, as for example possible in the search intent that is discussed over here. So content that is given is registered in the table known as the agent2 and data source, that is session.data source set in the application.cfm. And this is register.cfm, cfset my date is now, cfset until date format, date add, form.dates, my dates, what is the format, MMMM, 4mm, 2DD and the 4x1. Again there is a CF query that is given with the name is a register, data source is given as a session.data source. Then insert into agent 2. So we are inserting into the table agent 2 and there are 4 fields, and name, email, topics, until, values, form.name, form.email, form.topic, until. Then CF query will be closed and the CF output will be opened. Then H3 font color is blue, form.name. Then BR for the break, so your request has been recorded out. Font will be closed and the H3 will be closed. Now the next part is the CF query, name is given as a register, then data source is given as a session.data source. So insert into the agent 2, a name, email, topic, content, then value is given as a form.name, form.email, form.topic, until. So CF query will be closed. The next CF output will be opened, then H3, font color is blue, form.name. Then your request has been recorded out, then the font will be closed and the H3 will be closed. So line 1 to 6 take care of the registration in the database, and if it is successful, so message is returned to the subscriber by email. And the main template of agent 2 covers the retrieval, parsing and discharging of the news to the subscribers. So this is the agent2.cfn. CF HTTP method is get. URL is http www.cnn.com. Then resolve URL is yes. Then timeout is 300. So this is given as a method and the URL, then it is given as a timeout, then CF HTTP. Then CF file action is write, file is application.path, temp.html, output is given as a CF HTTP file content. Then next file action, that is a read, file is application.path, temp.html, variable is retrieved. Then action is write, file is given as a path and the output is given as a retrieve. Then CF HTTP method get, URL is given as washingtonpost.com, resolve URL yes, then timeout is 300. So this is given as a CF HTTP will be as a file. Then CF file action, that is the write. So file is application path temp.html, output is CF HTTP file content. Then CF file action is read, then file is given as application.path temp.html, variable is a retrieve to. Then CF file action is again write, file is given as a path, output is a retrieve to. Next file, next CF query, that is a name is the subscribers, data source is application.data source. Then select name, email, topic until source from agent 2. Then CF query will be closed. So what is the query? That is a name, email, topic until source. Then CF set, present date is date format now, DDD, YYYY. Then loop is given as a CF loop, query is subscribers. Then CF if present date LT, that is a less than subscription or subscribers dot until. Then CF if subscribers dot source equals to 1 or 3 and retrieve not equals to. Then CF set source name is CNN. Then CF set text is trim subscribers dot topic. The next file will be given as a position, that is a reference find, no case. No case is the text retrieved 1. Then CF if position is greater than 0. Then CF mail. This is the CF mail to subscriber.email from then type server subject. So this is given with the source name with the email that is given over here. Then retrieved and CF email will be closed. Then CF if next is a 24. Again CF if will be closed. The next subscriber source, that is equals to 2 or 3 and retrieve 2 is not equals to. Then source name, that is a Washington Post. CF set text, that is a trim subscribers.topic. Then CF set position is a reference find, no case, that is a text retrieve to 1. Then CFA position is greater than 0. Then it is given as a 2. CF mail, that is from the form, and type server is given, subject is given as a retrieve to, and the CF email will be closed. No. This is for the retrieve to part. This is given as a CF mail, that is given as a subscriber dot email. This will be given from the form type server subject. Then retrieve to, then CF email will be or CF mail will be closed, and the CF if will be closed. Then next CF if, next CF if, and the CF low. This template describes a collection of news from 2 sources, and these lines 2 to 11 takes care of retrieving and storing the news from the 2 sources. That makes a difference in saving the retrieve pages from agent.cfn. And in some cases, implementation by the temporary file temp.html makes it easier to get an acceptable execution of the agent. So whatsoever the execution, whatsoever the file that makes execution, that makes a temporary file, that is known as a temp.html. And this template can be made more elegant by looping 2 times through most of the lines. So whatever the lines we are taken out, that will be executed by looping 2 times through most of the lines. And this query name subscriber in line 12 selects the subscriber data and stores them in the query object. And this query object follows with the remaining lines. And this loop is run for each subscriber. That is the first line in the loop is CF if tag. The testing if the stop date for the subscription has been passed or not. This has been given with the subscription line, that is a script, and the regular expressions test that the retrieved news page from CNN for the topic that continues in a similar way with the news from the Washington Post. And finally, we shall need a template to delete the whole service. This delete to.cfm deletes both the sources at the same time. That will be the easy to introduce an arrangement which permitted to delete a selected source. So this is the delete to.cfm, cf schedule, action, delete, task is retrieve 1, cf schedule, action is delete, task is retrieve 2, then cf output, h3 agent task deleted, CF output will be closed. So regular expression will be given, that will be explained over here in session number 11. That is how it will be developed, how it will schedule. The action is delete and the task is a retrieve. Now the next part is the remarks on the scheduling. So scheduling of the agent can be difficult to implement, and these are however several alternatives for scheduling processes, and that cold fusion admin has been referred to the several times, but that require the developer that has access to its utility. So another possibility to use the meta tag, that is the meta HTTP refresh, that is the content is 18,000, that is given as a agent.cfm template, and drop the scheduling template. This template must be kept running as long as the service is offered. When using this example, the agent template will be executed every 18,000 seconds, that is within every 5 hours. So alternative is very simple, but that requires the admin of the agent that keeps the template running as long as he offers a service. Third alternative for the Windows is to select or give the settings control board, schedule the task, which offers a wizard for setting the execution of the running the agents at a specified times.